Also, another reason Cenobia is a little lower down for me is because he is a long ride. It takes a good bit to get to Cenobia. We'll get there eventually, though. We're coming up on 3 hours, by the way. I think, chat, we're probably going to have time to do hard time attack today as well. I'll probably just knock it all out today. Because honestly, if I don't do a hard time attack today, I probably will just do it on my own time instead of streaming it. But I mean, I think we're going to finish the game in the next, like, half hour or so. Unless I get screwed against Malice or something, the 16th Colossus. I don't think we'll have any trouble against Cenobia or the 15th Colossus, whose name escapes me at the moment. I think Cenobia might actually be the longest run to get to, because the 15th and the 16th Colossus, they're like straight shots. You run pretty much straight towards them, no issue. Except for one thing about the 15th Colossus that I'll talk about later, that absolutely infuriates me, and I'm pretty sure it infuriated me when I played in 2018. But I'll talk about that in a second. But if you know how to get to the 15th Colossus, you can get to it pretty quick. If you don't know how to get to it, it could take upwards of 7 years to find it. I remember Chaos getting confused by the 15th of how you get to its weak points. Yeah, I remember getting really confused. I think, wasn't the 15th Colossus the only Colossus that I actually had to look up the solution to when I played originally? I remember having to, I'm pretty sure there was like 1 or 2 Colossus back when I first played the game that I got so confused. I literally had to Google, like, hey, what do I do? And I'm pretty sure it was Celosia, because I missed the stupid torch dropping, so I didn't know what was happening. And then I'm pretty sure I had to look up what to do about the 15th Colossus, because I just did not understand. I think those are the only ones I had to look up. Maybe. I might have had to look up Dirge, because I seem to remember being confused by Dirge, because I was like, what is going on? Because, like, every other time I shot a Colossus's eyes, nothing happened, and I didn't realize that you were supposed to shoot Dirge's eyes. I don't remember if I Googled that or not, or if I just eventually got it. But hey, we're here at Cenobia's place. Nova, welcome to stream. What kind of game is this? Best way I can describe it, to think of it as, is it is a 3D puzzle platformer boss rush. There are 16 bosses, which are called Colossi, and you basically just, you have to fight all 16 of them, and they're basically puzzles on how to figure out how to defeat them all. So here's Cenobia. You can tell his name is similar to Celosia because they're very similar in design. Celosia is basically like a tiger, and then Cenobia may as well be a rhino. But I actually do really like Cenobia's fight, because Cenobia is a parkour puzzle where you basically just have to figure out where to run and jump to get Cenobia to slam into stuff. So Cenobia has the same setup as Celosia, where if you remember with Celosia, we couldn't hurt Celosia until we broke the armor on his back, because his weak point is on his back. So you can see here, the tower just wobbled. After Cenobia hits the tower, you have to aggro Cenobia into doing it again by shooting him. Oh dear. Yep. And then if he hits it a second time, it breaks. And you can actually move. I'm pretty sure, like, you can move during all of the Cenobia cutscenes. So you can parkour during the cutscenes, which is really cool. But you have him knock down that one. You basically just have Cenobia make you a pathway until you can get to a spot where you can, oh dear, where you can drop something on Cenobia's back to break his armor so you can get to his weak point the same way we did Celosia. So it's a really neat puzzle, and Cenobia is really fun. All right, he hit this once already. Then we hit him with this. I always wait until he backs up a bit, because if you shoot too soon, your arrow will, like, hit the edge of this thing that you're breaking, of the tower that you're standing on. I've had that happen a couple of times. So now this is gonna drop. Also, in case you can't tell, if you look at the very bottom of these towers, there are no ridges to grab, so you can't, like, there is a way to skip speedrunner strat, that little lower platform I'm looking at right over there, there's a way to jump onto that early so you can skip a lot of this. But if you're not good enough to make that jump, you can't jump onto the bottom of these towers. Oh, I gotta shoot you. You can't jump onto the bottom of these towers without having a platform near it. So you have to knock down the platforms one by one to be able to make a pathway to be able to reach these. Also, you don't have to make the jump I just did. As you can see, the tower is lying on the ground now. So you can actually jump up on that tower and then onto this. So this is where Cenobia's AI always breaks for me. Let's see if it breaks this time. So he's going to hit this. Actually, no, it didn't break because he hit it already. Sometimes, for me, Cenobia will not do that. He won't do that initial hit. And then he'll just stand right there, and he'll keep moving his foot back and forth, and he will never move, no matter how much you shoot him, unless you jump down from the tower onto that platform and then climb the tower again. I've had that happen to me twice. It didn't happen this time. But twice when I fought him, he's just gotten stuck there, and the only way that I could get his AI to fix itself was to jump down. What you doing? What you doing, Cenobia? Get over here, brother. All right, here he comes. Here he comes. He's got to line up. He has to attack his AI is designed to hit the towers at very specific spots so that the momentum makes them fall the right way. Like, the spots the towers fall at are scripted to make sure that you can do the puzzle. So Cenobia will only charge them from a specific direction. So if his AI happened to go in the wrong direction just by chance, then his AI, once you're on the tower, it'll immediately be like, okay, Cenobia, it makes Cenobia move to the right position so that you can hit him. All right, so this giant tower is too big for Cenobia to knock down, the one that we're climbing right now. But we gotta see, it shakes, but no matter how many times Cenobia hits this, it doesn't fall, I'm pretty certain. We gotta climb that and then get to here. Oh, no, wait, no, this is where his AI breaks. I had the wrong location. Let's see if it breaks here. No, it's gonna work. No, maybe it did break at the other spot. I don't remember. I know there's one spot where Cenobia's AI will break unless you jump down and jump back up, but it didn't happen in this playthrough, unfortunately. I really wanted it to just so that I could show it. I promise I'm not lying. Cenobia is a good Colossus. Like I said, every Colossus, by the way, I can move during this cutscene, so I will. Every Colossus is good, except Celosia. I just really don't like Celosia. But Cenobia is definitely way better. I'm really glad Cenobia exists because, like, it would have sucked if Celosia was the only small one, and then people were like, oh, dude, small Colossus suck because Celosia is the only one who's small and he's bad. But they made a good and a bad small one, thankfully. So the game really paints it out for you here to stand on this platform. Hit him with this to aggro him. He's going to break the pillar beneath us, and that will drop that on his back and break his armor. Can you move during this cutscene? I don't think you can. I don't know where I am right now. But now we can get to his weak point. So now we do the same thing we did with Celosia. Get on his back. He's going to shake his body around a lot. And we got to stab him. So I'm going to hope I get a really quick one. That was really bad. I'm going to hope I get a... Yeah, I landed on his face by mistake, and that's kind of screwed us here. So yeah, you see, this is what Celosia does this too, but we got lucky against Celosia. And I managed to kill him before this could be an issue. But all of this running and shaking, Celosia does this too. Also, you'll notice in a minute, Celosia, when you're on his back, there's no way Celosia can get you off unless you run out of stamina. Cenobia can actually, he's about to do it right here. There are these platforms where Cenobia can knock you off of his back. Celosia didn't have that option. So what we do now is we get here. He's going to charge at us because he wants to hit us. Come at me. Yep, and then he stuns himself. Come on. There you go. And then he's stuck for a bit so you can get a full charge stab. And then I try and do a bunch of rapid stabs for little damage to stop him from being able to shake his body, but that stab was too fast. If you stab too fast, then the stab does no damage. And I stabbed too quickly there. I was trying to get him stuck in his pain animation so I could just, like, whittle him down to 0 really quick, and instead now he's doing the non-stop shaking again. Yep, okay, so I'm actually just going to get off and get him to climb, you idiot! For some reason, Wander would not climb up there. There we go. I'm just going to get him to charge again. Yep. Help. Full charge stab. Don't get up. All right, quick stab, quick stab. There we go. All right, much better. Not as clean as Celosia was. I can't move during this cutscene, which is why Wander's AI, like, is just naturally hanging on to Cenobia. But hey, there's another one down. Only 2 Colossus remain, and we're at about 3 hours in stream. And I think in game time, we have even less than that. I don't think it's counting the cutscenes as game time. Very good fight, very good fight. Two more to go. And then we'll fight them all again in time attack. But the good thing about time attack, like I mentioned earlier, when you do time attack, you don't actually have to run to where the Colossi are. You just, you pray at their shrines, and then it just instantly spawns you at the Colossus. All right. Who's next, Dorman? Thy next foe is... A giant has fallen into the valley. It acts as a sentry to a destroyed city. Guys, this is also a pretty cool Colossus. It's really, really annoying to find it, though. If you don't know where it is. If you know where you're... Obviously, you know, what a dumb sentence, first of all. But, like... after you find it the first time, it's like, oh, dude, it's so easy to get to this one. But if you don't know what to do to get to it, then it's so incredibly easy to get confused and lost. Also, I don't know this one's name. I do not remember it. So, someone in chat, tell me this one's name, please. I remember the last one's name. The last one's name is Malice. Malice, however you pronounce it. Malus. So, like, here's the thing, right? The beam of light points you in one direction. The beam of light for this enemy points you straight to Pelagia. So, if you go towards Pelagia, you're going to get stuck. If you remember when we went to Pelagia earlier, we went to that little forest area, and I said, like, it's a dead end if you go forward. What you want to do is you want to immediately turn right. This beam of light leads you to that dead end, where there's just a giant chasm that you can't cross, and it gets insanely confusing for first-time players. When I first played back in 2018, it confused the heck out of me, and I remember being very mad. What you're supposed to do to get to the 15th Colossus, which chat has told me its name is Argus, that makes sense. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to actually go to Celosia, basically. You just go towards Celosia, so basically you follow the bridge, and then you hang a right. It's basically like Cenobia is the top left. This Colossus, Argus, is at the top right. It's right to the top right of Pelagia. But if you follow the beam of light, it's going to take you to Pelagia, which is a dead end. It's very, very annoying. Unless you know which way to go. If you know which way to go, it's actually pretty... It doesn't take super long to get to it, and it's a very straightforward walk, as long as you don't go towards Pelagia because of the sword telling you to go that way. But there's basically, like, there's no little forests in the way, like when we went to Phalanx. There's no long... It's not a super long path like Cenobia was. It's a little out of the way. It takes a while to run there. But it's not nearly as bad as some of the other Colossus. Colossi, etc. So yeah, you know. We got a little bit of a walk. And then the 16th Colossus is also pretty quick to get to. You just have to go to the very bottom of the map. And again, there are no big... there's no, like... You don't have to go... You can go the pathway that takes you through the forest next to Phalanx. But I won't go that way. Instead, you'll go... Or the way that I'm going to go, which I recommend going, is you go to where the 8th Colossus is, but then you don't go into his little Colosseum. Instead, you just go straight down to the south, to the final Colossus. So, yeah. We're just at 3 hours on stream. Pretty sure it's definitely not going to, even with the cutscenes and all, it's not going to take us an hour to beat these two Colossi, unless they, you know, hard mode made them so difficult that I die to them. But right here is the 15th Colossus. He's in this castle over here, this city. But shouldn't take us an hour. I don't know. I know the credits in this game are pretty long because they actually have like story cutscenes happen in the background during the credits. So it takes a while for the credits to roll. But oh, whoops, I almost went the wrong way. We have to abandon aggro here. We could have walked aggro in here, but it's annoying to get him through that little doorway. And aggro can't go past here anyways. So I always just ditch him outside of the castle. Or ditch her outside of the castle. Dang it. Aggro just sounds like a man's name. So it's so easy to say like he on instinct. But I know that aggro is a female. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much longer this is going to take us. Because I don't know if I'll lose to Argus or Malus. We haven't lost any of them yet, so I hope I keep it that way, because I haven't died from falling off a ledge or anything. Which means if I don't die against the last two Colossus, or I don't suddenly fall off an edge, I'll also get the no death trophy. But there is that really annoying run with aggro on the way to the 16th Colossus that I'll talk about when we get there, because it was something I really hated when I played in 2018. Which was partially my fault. I'm going to have to make a bit of an apology when I get to that part, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. That's for the future. You do have to run all the way to the end here to spawn the Colossus, which is a little tedious, but, you know, it'd be that way. But yeah, I think we're going to have time to do the time attacks, because I'm pretty sure as long as I don't, like, lose any of the time attacks, I can probably do the time attacks in less than an hour. Because I'm pretty sure all the time attacks have you beat the Colossus in less than 10 minutes. A lot of them you have to beat in, like, less than 5. I did all of the normal time attacks first try, so. Except for one of them. There was one normal time attack I didn't do first try. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Barba, actually. I don't recall. So this is a pretty neat Colossus, by the way. It's basically a giant monkey with a sword, which is cool. A giant gorilla, rather. It doesn't have a tail. Sup, dude? I also really like his mask. Alright, Argus, let's do this, dude. So I got insanely confused, I'm pretty sure, when I played this in 2018. I had no idea what I was doing or what to do. But basically, there are 3 parts to getting to where you can hit this Colossus. Also, I need to scan for weak points. Do you have... Oh, is it not... Sometimes the sword doesn't want to actually let me look at weak points. That's unfortunate. I know he's got one on his head, and then he's got one in his right hand. We have to make him drop this sword later. But, come on, bud. Turn around. Turn to the side. He might have a new one. I don't know. I think those are the only 2 he has normally. So, I got super confused by this when I was playing 2 years ago. But you have to get Argus to stomp on where I'm standing right now. He's getting a little turned around. He's trying to line up his feet to stomp on me. Alright, yep. He's going to stomp. That's going to push this platform up so you can start ascending. It took me so long, if I remember right, it took me so long to figure out that you can do that. So that's part 1 of 3. Next part is you gotta come over here and then get Argus's attention with some arrows, because now we want him to swing his sword at us. I also still really want to... Okay, here we go. Oh, he's got a... Okay, that's new. He's got one over his heart. That was not a weak point in normal mode. They added that. So one on the head, one on the heart, and then the one in his palm. Normally, it's just his head and his palm. They added one here, though. All right, so now I need him to swing his sword at me, which you normally have to make him mad to get him to do. And then you jump down at the last second. I don't know if you can actually get hit there at all. I don't remember, but I always jump out of the way. That lets us jump up here. So that's part 2 done. And then we got one last thing to do to make it where we can jump onto his head. By the way, he has 3 major sigils. He normally only has 2 major sigils, but he has a 3rd one over his heart now that I've got to remember to hit. But he also has a minor sigil on his arm that you have to hit to make him drop the sword so that you can hit the major sigil in the palm of his hand. So the way you do this is you stay on the very edge and keep shooting Argus with arrows to aggro him, to make his eyes go yellow, which means he's gonna attack. And then he'll swing that sword. Yep, here we go. Boom. busts that in half, and then he'll walk through it so that you can, like, jump onto his head from here. Yeah, he's gonna, like, walk forward. And then you can make the jump. Nice. Not exactly where I wanted to land. It's much better to land on the head or on his back, but we got, like, the crick of his neck there, which is good enough. I'm gonna go for the head first before I go for his heart. Come on, Argus, calm down, brother. It's fine, it's fine. You'll join your brothers soon, I promise. Help. Alright, the head has a lot of HP, because the one in his hand only has, like, 1/10 of his health. I don't know how much the heart is going to have, but normally you hit the head until he's almost dead. And instead now it's only, like, 40%. It's probably the one in his hand is, like, 10 or 20%, and then these are both, like, 40 to 50. Yeah, it looks a bit like 45 from the head, so this other one's probably about 45, then his hand just has, like, 10% health. It has very little. I've never gone down to Argus's chest before because he normally never has a sigil here, so it's going to take a little bit of work. I don't know what kind of weird animations he'll do. I'm getting a little stuck on his shoulder pad, and it's making it hard to move. This is actually, like, a really annoyingly placed one, which makes sense. That's probably why it's there on hard mode. I feel like I'm not getting any closer. Every time I move, like, a single step, he shakes his body. Argus! I want to try and do a quick drop, but I don't want to fall. Oh, we're getting closer, I think. I feel like I haven't moved. Yes. And eventually I'm going to run out of stamina, even though I have a lot. I did a little bit of a quick drop there, and it appears to have worked. Good job, mate. Ow. Argus, please stop. We still have to get over to his right arm, by the way. Oh, that didn't hit on the major sigil. That did way too little damage. Okay, now I'm on it. That's more like it. Was that all of it? It was. Okay, I was about to stab it again to make sure. All right, now you gotta climb back up, which climbing up should be easier than climbing down, typically. Actually, we could go along the left. No, I think it's better to go straight up. Come on, stop it. If we fall, by the way, we have to get him to do the foot stomp again, which is annoying. But if we get up on his back, we can actually stop holding for a second to try and regen some stamina before we go down his right arm. Argus and Malus is the 16th Colossus, they shake their bodies a lot more than any other Colossus, other than maybe the two small ones, Colossi and Cenobia. Colossi and Cenobia shake a lot. But Argus and Malus, that was weird. They shake their bodies a ton. Probably because they're the last of the Colossi, so, you know, it takes more time. No, wait, this was a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. I didn't realize how low my stamina was. I should have regen stamina first. Hold up. Let him shake his shoulder. Okay. Regen some stamina. If you stand still, I think you regen faster. Oh, dear. I panicked and pressed R2. Just a little more stamina, please. I just really don't want to fall and have to climb back up him again just to hit this one weak point. Okay, okay. We should have enough stamina. Let's get moving. None of these Colossi try to grab you off their body. Yeah, they're not that smart. I know about its hidden vital, dude. Don't worry. You just gotta hit this weak point on its arm to get it to drop that sword so that we can hit the weak point. There's actually, there's a little small spot on his right hand that if you can jump to it properly, help. You can actually, without making him drop the sword, you can hit the weak point that you need to. That's how speedrunners do it. I'm not good enough to do that, so I'm not even gonna try. Alright, so you may think, oh no, you gotta climb back up him now to get to that hand, to drop down onto that hand somehow. Not the case. I actually thought that's what I had to do in, like, my first time fighting this guy again, like, after my original playthrough. But if you actually just wait long enough, he'll swing his right hand down, and then you can just jump onto it and stab it. which is what we're gonna do, because that's the way you're supposed to do it, I'm pretty sure. I just want to stay far enough away that he doesn't use his feet to attack. I need him to swing his fist down. I really hope that hard mode doesn't change it to where he doesn't swing his fist. Why does the camera keep... It's trying to make me look where Wander is looking. I had to take one of my hands off the controller there for a second to scratch my ear. Why are you not swinging your fist down? Am I too far away? I might have been too far away. Yeah, see, that's the foot. That doesn't help me. I might have actually been able to, like, grab onto, like, his leg armor and gotten to his fist there. Come on, right hand, right hand. What are you doing, Argus? That's another foot. Come on, man. Maybe in hard it just takes... Okay, yep, here it is, here it is. Nice. Oh my word, he gave me no time for that. I think in hard mode he pulls it back up faster. Normally it stays down for a second. That's what it felt like, at least. Come on, swing that fist again, brother. Come on, come on. I don't know if I'm just getting super unlucky today or if hard mode makes the AI, like, weirder, so it's harder to do this. But it normally doesn't take this long for him to swing his fist down. Oh, that hit me. I did not think that would hit me. And if Wander ever gets hit by something like that, it takes him 8 years to stand up. He brought his right fist over way further than I thought he would. He hit me dead on again. That one was 100% my fault because I was looking at chat. You can't climb his knee? I don't think so. I never do. I always beat him by jumping onto his hand, not his knee. I gotta move him this way, by the way, because I think he's too close to the edge to swing his fist there. You might be able to climb his knee. I honestly don't know. Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, come on! Dude, this is definitely a hard mode thing. They, like, changed the way this right hand works. Because I never had to, like, deal with this. I couldn't see. Dude, he yanks his hand back so fast. This is so annoying. This is gonna kill me on time attack. And now he's bringing his fist down repeatedly. Oh, grab. Okay, I got it. Dude, that is insane. That is way harder than on normal, which makes sense, but still. We got him, though. There we go. That could straight up make me lose on time attack, depending on how much time they give you for Argus on hard mode time attack. We'll have to see when we get there. But hey, that's 15 down. One more to go. Only one Colossus remains. I actually almost died. Look at how low my health was.